And Senator Wyden.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thank to all our panelists. I'm of the view that data is one of the most underappreciated threats to America's national security. And that is especially true when you're talking about Americans' data being exported to our adversaries. And it's already the case that the Chinese government or hackers based in China have stolen the personal information of hundreds of millions of Americans. As a result, I have been pushing hard to enact a law that would ensure that Americans' most private data cannot be sold off in bulk to countries that would use it against us. So my question to you is, I want to pick up on one of the earlier questions one of my colleagues just asked about with respect to genetic data. And because of the importance of this issue, Mr. Ivanina, I know you've spent a lot of time on this. How does the Chinese government actually obtain the genetic information of Americans? And tell us, for the record, why that's so dangerous to national security.
Thank you, Senator Wyden. I think there's a couple aspects to this question. First is to foot-stomp your message of China's demand for data. When we look at what they've accumulated in the last decade, I'll point to Equifax. 150 million Americans, all their financial data has been taken by China. I will say that it's unnecessary for China to procure or buy our data when they can come in and take it for free because of our lack of cybersecurity defenses here, provide an open door for them to take, through spear phishing and other vectors, to get into our systems and take our data. With respect to DNA and genomics, they'll use front companies like BGI, which is a company around the world, to set up stations to collect COVID samples and do fertility clinics. And every single time you do that, you're giving away all your data to that company, which, as we said before, is now beholden to the Communist Party. So as you provide genetics, blood typing, or any kind of COVID test, it's going to possibly go to the Chinese Communist Party, which is why we must protect what we do here on our soil from companies like Quest and other diagnostic companies, which are in every single town, from being procured by the Chinese government.
I'm going to also hold the record open because I feel so strongly about this for any additional information you could give us on exactly how they obtain the genetic information, because that's the threshold question. You know, when American companies are being purchased, there's the CFIUS process that addresses the purchase of American companies. But the purchasing and export of the data itself is totally unregulated, which is why I feel so strongly about this legislation. And so if, Mr. Ivanina, in the next week or so, you could give us more information on how they actually go about doing it. Question for you, Ms. Puglisi. It's clear that the American government has been forcing the transfer of a number of valuable American innovations through legal acquisitions and illicit tactics. Another legislative initiative I'm pushing would require companies doing business in China to report on technology and IP transfers. In your view, wouldn't this requirement help the U.S. government get a better sense of the problem and allow for our government, as we try to put together an all-of-government response, come up with a better approach?
Have you ever chosen sunrise?
So I think that really gets at that transparency issue and understanding. I think to step back from that as well, what's important is understanding what are the market conditions that are being set. Because we know that China has used its market to force technology transfer. And so having a better understanding of and also pushing back on that will help both with that transparency piece and understanding the pressures that those U.S. companies are under.
I'm over my time. I'm going to give you all a written question on hacking, which is sort of the other side of the coin. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator.